Hello and welcome to AUGS, American Urogynecologic Society, a leader in advancing female pelvic medicine and reconstructive surgery. Today, we will be viewing a demo for the SignUp portal. This portal is used for signing a participation and data warehousing agreement between AUGS member practices and the AQUIRE registry. Please note that this video is best viewed in 720 HD resolution. On entering the provided URL, this login page is displayed to the users. Only valid registered AUGS board members are eligible to log into the SignUp portal by using their board member login credentials. Now, let's go ahead and enter a valid AUGS member credentials. If you have forgotten the password, click on the Forgot Password link below to retrieve it. This opens the login support window. Enter the email address which is registered with AUGS. If the entered email address is found with the registry, you will be sent a reset password link to the said email address. But if the entered email address is not found, you will be requested to create a new account or try entering the email address again. Once you type in the correct password, click on the login button below. If you are a new user, or the entered credentials are not found in the FigMD database, a TIN information window will be displayed. Please enter the TIN associated with your practice, and then click on the Submit button. A successful login loads the main screen of the SignUp portal. Within it are 4 milestones: practice, provider, tax identification number information, and the agreement milestone. Currently, we are at the practice information milestone. It has 2 sections. The top half captures the practice demographic details. Mandatory fields are indicated by a red asterisk to the right. Let's go ahead and enter relevant data in the required fields. It is important to classify the practice type correctly. Select the solo practice if there is a single provider in the practice. In case there are more than 1 providers in the practice, select the multiple provider practice radio button. Once all the required fields have been entered, click on the Save button to save the practice details. On saving the practice demographic information, a record corresponding to the provider logging in is added to the practice admin contact table below. By default, this provider is assigned the role of practice admin by the system. Moving on, besides the default practice admin, additional practice admins can be added by clicking on the Add Contact button below. This opens the practice admin contact window. On entering the mandatory fields, click on the Save button, and the admin contact record gets added to the table below. Clicking on an existing record will allow to edit the contact details, whereas an admin contact can be deleted by clicking on the delete icon corresponding to it. Moving to the next milestone, the provider milestone. A new provider can be added by clicking on the Add New Provider button. If the multiple provider practice option is selected, more than 1 provider can be added to the practice. But if the solo provider option is selected, only 1 provider can be added. Now let's click on the Add New Provider button here. This opens the Add New Provider window. Details of the provider logging in will be auto-populated in the screen. If this is the same provider that is to be added, enter the NPI and select the designation title and then click on the Save button. But if you want to add a new provider, click on the Reset button to refresh the screen. And then begin by entering the AUGS member ID of the provider to be added. The details of the provider will be fetched from the AUGS database based on the member ID entered and displayed as non-editable fields. The provider NPI needs to be entered, followed by the designation title. Once done, we can save the provider details, and the provider we just created gets added to the provider table below. An existing provider can be edited by clicking on the edit icon in front of it. It can also be deleted by using the delete icon. Minimum 1 provider needs to be present in the practice for signing the agreement. Next is the TIN information milestone. By default, the tax identification number associated with the practice is auto-populated here, but the validity dates need to be entered. Click on the edit icon. This opens the Update Practice TIN window. Add the valid from date and valid to date, and then save the record. And the TIN record gets updated correspondingly. Moving on, Additional TINs can be added by clicking on the Add New Practice TIN button. This opens the Add New Practice TIN window. Enter the valid details and click on the Save button. And the newly created TIN gets added to the TIN table. Moving on to the last milestone, the agreement milestone. The DocuSign functionality is embedded within the SignUp portal to allow users to sign an agreement electronically. Two agreements with the default pending status are displayed below in the Sign Agreement table. First is the Participation Agreement, wherein the practice agrees to participate in the registry. And the second is the Data Warehousing Agreement, between FigMD and the practice regarding data sharing and data usage. A user has two signing options, Sign Now or Sign Later. For this demo, I am going to sign the Participation Agreement first by using the Sign Now link. This loads the agreement PDF, allowing to review and sign the document right away. Near the top left of the document is the I agree to use electronic records and signatures checkbox. Checking on this checkbox will indicate consent and will enable the yellow Continue button to the right. Clicking on the Continue button will begin the signing process. Let's click on the yellow start pointer on the left. This will take us directly to the area within the document where we need to sign. Now, let's begin the signing process by clicking on the sign icon here. This opens the Adopt Your Signature window. We first need to confirm our full name and the initials. A preview of our pre-selected signature style is provided, with an option for us to change to another style. Clicking on this Change Style link will bring up another window to the right, displaying the various styles. I am selecting another style as per my liking. And the newly selected style is displayed in the preview window here. Now, let's go ahead and click on the Adopt and Sign button below. As seen here, the new signature style that we had selected gets embedded in the agreement document. Now, as a last step, we shall click on the yellow Finish button near the top to complete the signing process. A message is displayed thanking for signing the agreement. A Download Copy button will allow to download and view the signed agreement. Coming back to the agreement table, if the agreement status has not changed, click on the Refresh button. This will change the agreement status from pending to completed, and will insert the current date in the created date and sign date column. Additionally, the Sign Now and Sign Later links get disabled. The download link in the last column will allow to download and view the completed document in a PDF format. Now, for the next agreement, I am selecting the Sign Later option. This opens the Enter Email ID window again, asking to enter the email address. Please make sure to enter the email address of the person authorized to sign the agreement, and then click on the OK button. A message will be displayed thanking for signing the agreements. At the same time, email will get sent to the entered email address with a link to sign the document. This is a sample of the email. Subject line will say AUGS Registry Data Warehousing Agreement for Practice. And we can review and sign the document by clicking on the yellow Review Document button in the body of the email. This opens the agreement PDF, and the steps involved in signing the document are the same as described earlier. On a successful signing of the agreement, a thank you message will be displayed. And as explained before, clicking on the Refresh button will update the status in the agreement table. At the same time, a completion email will be sent to the entered email address. This is a sample of the email. Subject line will say Completed, AUGS Registry Data Warehousing Agreement for the Practice. And the body of the email will contain a link to review the completed document. After both the agreements have been signed, a welcome email will be sent to the registered email address with a link to log into the dashboard. This is a sample of the email. Subject line will say Welcome to the Acquire dashboard. And the body of the email will contain a link to log into the dashboard. Also find attached help material in the form of a PDF or a link to the training video. And with this, we come to the end of the SignUp Portal demo. Thank you for attending and have a nice day.